Welcome to Random Rolls. Look at that. Popping one open right now for Random Rolls.
Popping it open.
That's right. Hey, Rob is here. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob. Hey,
Check
Wizbot.
Hey, Jeff. Rob, check your Discord chat. I sent you something for Jeff's character as we were doing his character for Vampire. We kind of created a custom flaw for him based on his character. I figured it would fit since I couldn't find anything else like it for him. But, obviously you have to approve it since you're the GM. So
it smells like the grave.
No. Yeah, I found most of my old vampire stuff. So here's the original book. It came with this little.
Is that Whitney Houston there on the cover?
Yes, it's Whitney Houston. You nailed it. This is the first edition, actually. I think with the Chessex cover on it. The original vampire.
Very nice.
Yeah. Not much different. There wasn't a lot of different things about it, but.
Well, it's different attributes, right?
No.
Excuse me, attributes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You can call White Wolf at 1-800-454-WOLF, and you can contact them directly.
What happens if you call them now?
Disconnected. Oh, if there is, definitely send it to us so we can adjust Jeff's character. Because I didn't see one that worked with what his character was. I thought the customization that we did that would do flashbacks from Vietnam War based on his character, and then he would have the comatose state. Go ahead, Jeff.
If we're going to talk about our game, we kind of have to put context into what it is. It's a vampire game set in the 1980s. So all of our characters have at least heard of or seen film of or know of the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And that's Vince's phone flushing.
My phone flush. Oh, no, I was checking the outdoor cameras. It's not the really early 90s vampire book with the pretentious green marble art. Yeah, I think it is. I don't know, dude. I haven't taken this cover off of it in, I don't know, 20-something years. So let me look. No, it's kind of stuck to it, so I'm afraid to move
crusty. Kind of smells like the grave.
But it is from 92, so I think that's the first edition of the book. And welcome, Kill Raven. Good to see you.
Hi, Kill Raven. We won't.
Yeah,
we won't make the noise just because you're here.
Yep, got my Book of Nod and my Storyteller screens and everything.
Book of Nod, is that for Command & Conquer?
Yeah, definitely. Got my Hunter the Reckoning books, my Demon the Fallen books, so I got a good amount. I was gonna buy the one that Rob gave us, but like I said to you, the V20 edition of the book was like $200. I'm like, really?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Then someone's making bank off of that.
Either they were a limited run or they're just that expensive. I'm thinking it was a limited run. What do you think?
It's probably limited. Talking about vampire. The reason why my character would suffer from PTSD is because he was my newer character, not my older character. My older character was going to be a lot funnier. You get print on demand. Okay.
Yeah, but the print on demand is still like outrageously priced too. I would never pay that much for a book ever. Yeah. I had a shelf full of books up until last year, and they've been sitting on my shelf since mid to the mid aughts, if you want to call it that. And I'm like, I'm never gonna play this. So I basically took them all and sold them off to the local gaming store. And now Rob's like, we're gonna play Vampire. I'm like, damn it. But I played the heck out of it between the 90s up until I moved out of Connecticut, because that's where the group was. It was me and two guys from the Coast Guard Academy, and like 3 or 4 chicks.
Chicks love vampires.
Mm-hmm. They done do.
Look at was it Breaking Dawn or whatever it's called? That vampire
Twilight,
show?
you mean
Twilight, thank you.
Breaking Dawn. Hi, I'm Breaking Dawn.
That's another type of movie that has triple X in the title. Breaking Dawn, triple X.
I'm definitely gonna break Dawn.
I live my life one dawn at a time. It's another triple X movie from Vin Diesel. Triple X.
Yeah. That was one of the problems when trying to find people to play World of Darkness. They were just insufferable. Yeah.
How? I'm not asking you to explain for Warhammer 40K.
It's just like they were just like douches about it. I ran a Twilight. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, why not?
They were just douches about it. What were they wearing? Like
They're
high
just like
karate?
Yeah, they were wearing high karate. You totally got it right there, dude.
Nailed it. Yes.
There was one game that I always really wanted to play, but I never found anybody that played it, and it was part of the White Wolf system. It was
I don't know if I want to share that, Rob. Not Rob Killraven.
Pretentious cunts, a lot of them. Yeah, they were. He's 100% correct. What was the first mage? Was it Mage the Ascension or Mage the Awakening? I can't remember. I know Killraven. Was it the Awakening?
Yeah, I would know.
How would you know?
Because I wrote the book. I was there when they wrote the book.
Hello, folks. I was there. I think it's Mage the Awakening. I had a when I did the Darker Days podcast way back when. My co-host was what?
The one episode?
No, dude, we were there for years. It's still going too, the podcast.
Oh, okay.
When I did it with my co-host Mark, he was big into Mage Awakening, and he used to talk about it all the time. I'm like, I really want to play this game, but I could never find anybody that wanted. He said he had the same problem too. No one really played it until we finally found a group that played it. It's just one of those games. Not a lot of people like it. Oh, Mage the Ascension was the first one. Okay, whatever. No one plays it. No, I don't understand why. People play Werewolf. They play Vampire. They even play Wraith. They even play Mummy. They play Changeling. But when it came to Mage, it was just like, oh, I don't like that game.
I don't want to be a mage. I want to be a vampire, a sexy vampire. And I get all the chicks and everything.
Heck, I found people playing Mummy, and that's like just like one book or something that they made. I'm a mummy.
I'm be crusty and smell like the grave.
Yeah, I mean, I found like the oddest groups, like people that played Vampire, Victorian Age Vampire. It's just like, okay.
Steampunk Vampire?
Victorian Age, yeah, steampunk. But it worked. Jay. Weinstein Gaming.
Yeah, if you want to be a vampire, you know what you gotta do.
No fangs, please.
No fangs. Don't worry, it smelled like the grave. That joke's gonna continue for a while.
Yeah, I noticed. A lot of people played Hunter of the Reckoning. Hunter the Vigil, no one really played because I thought it sucked, first of all, and I didn't see many people play in Hunter the Vigil. They kind of made hunters more mortal-like in Hunter the Vigil.
If you want to be awakened, you know what you got to do.
And we played a lot of Dark Ages too, not the original one, not Vampire the Dark Ages, but Dark Ages. That was such a stupid move that White Wolf did. We're gonna take the game Vampire Dark Ages, and we're gonna revise it for a new edition, clean the rules up, but we're gonna call it Dark Ages Vampire.
So what made it stupid?
The move?
Yeah.
Because it confuses the fuck out of people. That's why. Even to this day, you can see conversations on Reddit and posts and forums. What's the difference between Vampire Dark Ages and Dark Ages Vampire?
the the wording.
Basically, the sum of it was the Vampire of the Dark Ages used Vampire the Masquerade Second Edition rules, while Dark Ages was the cleaned up version of Vampire the Masquerade revised rules.
Ah.
So that's how it worked. As Jeff slurps his coffee.
Okay. What about Vampire the Caveman days?
There were no Vampire the Caveman days. I mean, you could probably go and make Vampire the Caveman days. There's a whole thing on Drive-Thru RPG that allows you to make World of Darkness settings.
Interesting. How would that work out?
What do you mean?
You're a vampire, but it's in the caveman days. So there's not a lot of human settlements and whatnot for you to prey upon. So what are you feeding on, mammoths or something?
Dinosaurs?
What does they do, dinosaur?
Yeah.
Sexy Thoris?
Sexy Saurus.
How do you know the scientific name? You're a caveman. I'm really enlightened for my age.
I'm a time traveler.
I'm a time traveler.
Yeah.
Pits of Lazarus.
You did a lot of LARPing for Dark Ages? That's awesome. I didn't know Dark Ages had LARPing. I know the regular had LARPing, but Dark Ages, that's kind of awesome. Dark Ages was just like Underworld 2. I haven't seen those movies in such a long time.
I mean, I remember the first one. I barely remember any of the sequels.
Yeah.
Something would have to do with vampires and werewolves or something like that.
And like special glowing bullets and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember glowing bullets in such a long time. We did it up in Maine. Was that when you were in the Navy? Or we just out of the Navy or what?
Davy in the Navy?
No, he's not Davy in the Navy. That's Mr. Jay Parker. Sorry. Parker's a...
Were you the piano man?
Yes, I'm the piano man. But yeah, I always wanted to play Mage. The Ascension, I guess it's called. But everyone's just like, no, I don't play that game. No.
I mean, I would try it, but we're playing vampire, not mages.
It's... As my friend or former co-host, I haven't talked to him a long time, so I guess I can't consider him a friend anymore. But anyway, as my former co-host said, you have to have a certain mindset to play Mage. And that's where, like Kill Riven said, the people are actual C words. Because that's the way they act.
How do I play mage? Well, first, you got to take down your pants.
Wait, what?
You haven't had a certain mindset.
That's right. You have to bend over. Okay.
You're going to feel a little pressure. Don't worry, it just smells like the grave.
Here, bite down on this. Yeah.
You run mage several times, so why didn't we run it this time? Is it just too complex?
Why didn't I run it?
No, why didn't Rob run mage? Is it too complex?
I don't know. I don't even know. He's run mage several times. I guess it never really came up. There was legal issues between White Wolf and the studio. Really? It did Underworld, and the movie Matrix was based on the Mage campaign. Huh. Did not know that. Jay was spitting out the facts tonight.
Jay with the facts.
We put the chat over so people can see what we're referencing.
Oh.
It would not be too complex for us. Screw you.
You just feel a little pressure.
Yeah, the games we played were Hunter the Reckoning a lot, Demon the Fallen, Vampire Masquerade, and Vampire Dark Ages. And really, that's about it. I don't think we played anything else. I mean, Demon we played a lot of. Scion. Oh, yeah, that's right. Scion's still in there. And also isn't... Oh, shit. What's that superhero-based game? I can't think of the name. I know
Heroes
Rob.
Unlimited.
No, Rob was running it recently and just finished the game of it. I can't. The name just really escapes me. It's not on the list here.
There's a superhero vampire game.
It's not. You weren't vampires. You were like superheroes. I prefer Hunter the Vigil over the Reckoning.
The Requiem.
Boo. Aberrant. That's it. Aberrant. That's it. Yeah.
Brave New World, Captain America.
No, not Brave New World, Captain America. Yeah, Exalted is another game that we kind of played. It was the first edition of it. It didn't really stick. It was a game actually that Steven voted for, that when we were playing new games, I presented Exalted 1E. And Steven's like, oh, I like the art. Let's play that. So, yeah.
So, how would superheroes work in a vampire game?
It just used the rules. That's all. I'm pretty sure about that.
Were there mummies in there?
I guess you could bring mummies in there.
Were there shape changers?
Changelings, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Do they hate Quark?
Are we now all of a sudden on Deep Space Nine?
Quark!
Oh, God. He was such a crud muffin.
That's a new one. I like that, crud muffin.
He was. He was like, just like, Rawr! He was the same character he was on in Benson, pretty much. I think that's just him. Well, the same company. Yeah, well, Weird Wars, yeah.
He was supposed to be
a crud muffin.
Well, yeah, he would say he's supposed to be like a stubborn, like reluctant sheriff almost.
I really wanted to actually play Deep Space Nine when we played Star Trek.
Did you?
When you kept talking about it and ideas, and I'm like, that actually does sound kind of cool. But Corey was like, no, it's going to be boring.
Okay. Can we be under, what was it? I forgot his name. Damn it.
Cisco?
No.
Who?
No, I have to look him up. Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, if you can modify flashbacks for him and make it maybe a little bit lower of a flaw so it's not as bad as the flashbacks. That's why I made PTSD for his character, so that he would just kind of go into a comatose state and it wasn't that bad. Like most people with PTSD do, they kind of go into that, as Jeff explained, go into that kind of like, how did you explain it, Jeff? You can better explain it.
Well, first of all, I want to say, can we be under Captain Nog?
No.
Secondly, it's like going into a bad daydream where it depends on the severity. You kind of just lose focus of the real world and just kind of go into a stupor almost. And you just lose focus on reality for a little bit. And you can be, you can wake up yourself, or you could be woken up. Like in my case, by someone honking at me.
Well, it's not worse. I made it so I wrote it up so that he can suffer if something triggers him and he gets to go into that comatose state. But then he can also spend a blood point to get out of it, or someone wakes him out of it somehow, or eventually he comes out of it. As opposed to the entire game, he's down whatever it said. I don't know. I think it was so many certain dice per game. Because that would suck.
It says if you do not pass your will test for every time you wake up, you pretty much it's pretty much like a more awake narcolepsy. But it says if you do not pass your willpower, that you only get one willpower for that session, for that day. So you have to pass it every single day.
Yeah, and actually, if you think about it, the PTSD, the way I wrote it, could happen multiple times to Jeff, but it's not gonna. Hey, Rick's here.
Hey, Rick, drive safe.
Yes, please. All it's gonna do is just make him freeze up for a little while, and then he either has to spend a blood point to get out of that state, or someone has to smack the shit out of him to wake him up.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what's going on around you. If you once you get in that mindset of reflecting on what happened to cause your PTSD, um, you kind of lose sight of everything. You don't know what you're doing, even if it's the middle of a gunfight.
Now he approved it. Okay, it's fine. There you
But
go,
it's going to
buddy.
be very specific what causes the PTSD.
Oh,
It's a very rare thing that will happen all the time in our games.
you know what? I just thought about it. My guy can eat food, so he's going to eat Chinese food. He's going to fart, and you're going to be like, why? Kill Riven, I've never really seen how Star Trek would be any fun as an RPG campaign for a full group. Maybe just one player who is really into it. Unfortunately, that's basically how our Star Trek game went.
I don't know. I had fun in our Star Trek game.
Did you? I don't know. It seemed like, dude, your guy was like fucking like a child molester.
He was a pediatrician. He was not a child molester.
You kept handing out lollipops like you wanted children to lick your balls.
They were
or
vitamin-filled lollipops because of the synthesizers.
Yeah, sure.
They were filled with vitamins, and it would help your character out. But no
Right,
one took them, so no one got the bonus. See, told you, it comes out.
Does it? It doesn't say that. It just says you ingest food. That's all.
That's it. Like I said, just eat a whole bunch of garlic stuff, so that when you vomit garlic, someone burns to death. It's like an acid patch. So whenever you
you know what? So he eats. So he eats food, and then later on he's like, "I go to the bathroom." He just goes to the bathroom and vomits it up. Hey, I'm bulimic.
Is that why you're so pale? Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Someone follows you in the bathroom. Hey, where's your reflection at? I left it at home.
So anyway. So back to the Star Trek thing, like Kill Raven was saying. Yeah, it seemed like, honestly, only myself and Jacob were really into it. And I guess you were for the most part. But Steven and Sarah were just like, hey, I'm here.
Well, I was into it because I was really into my character. It's based on your character and how you play them.
You just like handing out fucking lollipops to everybody.
I liked being the doctor who cares about everyone's health and want to make sure that everyone's okay.
You were like fucking Ned Flanders handing out lollipops.
It was awesome. I love that character. He was so nice, and everyone treated him like he was a fucking pedophile.
Because he acted like a pedophile.
He wasn't a pedophile. He was just a really nice guy. He even went with a lady one time. Yeah, there was a lady that liked him, and they got busy. Remember?
No, honestly, I don't remember a lot from that campaign. I just remember we changed history. That's all.
Yeah, Khan did not survive.
Yeah, he just didn't care at that point. He's just like, yeah, just get it done.
But no, I really like that character. I mean, I like the idea of him. He's from the Midwest. He was into things like bowling and outdoorsy stuff, and he was a pediatrician.
I think if we used FOSSA rules as opposed to Lugs rules or Last Unicorn games like we were playing, I think it would have been a lot. You would have liked it a ton more because it's a percentile game because you love that D100. Yeah. I think it would have worked out better, but because the lug rules were such a mess, and Corey with rules of Mr. Yeah, I'll just leave this out and that out until it becomes I don't even know the rules.
So, Corey needs to go with light with rules, like you said, pretty much percentile.
That's why he likes Big Eye Small Mouth so much, because it's just one mechanic. And if you remove half the fucking skill system, that's all you got to do is roll that one mechanic.
That pissed you off so much that he got rid of the skill system.
Well, it's just like that's not even following the rules a little bit. It's stupid. I understand, like, house ruling something or changing something, like I did with Palladium Fantasy to make it easier for you guys. But dropping a completely half the system just because you don't feel like dealing with it. It's just laziness in my character. Jeff's character likes small mouths. Yes, he did. Makes his penis look bigger.
We were discussing earlier about merits and flaws and how taking the huge size and the small flaw
Oh yeah,
together.
yeah. Because we were joking around about how you could take what was it the um monstrous size, wasn't it called monstrous or something like
Huge
that?
size. Yeah.
Huge size, and then take the short flaw.
Flaw.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that, but then if I was the storyteller, I'd be like, that's fine, you could pick that. Like, haha, my guy's normal size now. No, you're not. You're gonna have one arm longer than the other, a longer leg, things like that.
And I said he should look like a NBA 2K character with
Yeah.
like giant legs, giant arms, and like a tiny torso.
Oh yeah. No, we did that in Big Eye Small Mouth. We kind of drift into the two conversations at once. Sorry about that.
That's the randomness part of this role.
Yeah,
Kind of drifts back and forth.
he'd be the Elephant Man, pretty much.
But then I said take the merit of medium, so you're a huge small medium.
Yeah, but the medium is meant as for
I
ghosts, not medium
yeah, I know.
size. I am medium. No, you're a medium. I know. Well,
There's a small, medium, at large.
and then we were talking about this. Was it disfigurement?
Yes, but I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, he just basically erased all the skills from Big Eye Small Mouth Second Edition
Yeah.
because he didn't want to deal with them. Yeah,
Well, that would put more complications in a game where we're just basically fighting. There wasn't much more need for skills other than
it gave characters more depth. That's why I was a little annoyed. Otherwise, everyone was kind of like the same with just stupid abilities. So
he wanted to be more of an action anime than like anything else.
that's fine. I mean, you play the game however you want. I didn't want to play it anymore. I was getting bored of it. So, and my character only went so far with the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just like whatever. And then the whole thing with the he kept trying to get the NPCs to challenge me, and I was just like, nope, I'm not gonna do that.
That one dude who would always come up to you, "Hey, we're gonna fight yet?"
Yeah, he kept having one NPC that just wanted to fight me, and I was just like, no, and just left. It's like, did you take the hint the first time? I'm not going to take the bait on this.
Apparently, it was something in your background that made like a nemesis um, thing.
I didn't have a nemesis background thing.
Really?
He was
Oh,
just
it's
doing
just
that to be annoying. That's all.
unlike a certain robot in a certain Black Star game.
But that was some great revenge there. Yeah,
That was hilarious. I don't think he thought it was hilarious, but
you were almost falling out of your chair laughing.
that robot was funny.
Well, the
I
robot
wish
was he just wanted to charge. That's all he did, and
he was fully charged though.
he was a lazy robot. Okay.
I can imagine like the evil Sith person, whoever it was, like, get this robot out of the charging station. He's like, do I have to?
5 more minutes, Mom. Yeah, we had some fun games.
Oh,
Here and there.
absolutely.
So I guess I mean, yeah, Mage never actually came up when I brought up the topic with Rob of what games to possibly play. Once I picked Vampire, I think Rob was kind of like, yes, I want to play Vampire. I want to run Vampire. I want to see you guys play Vampire. So I don't even know what was the alternate game. It was Vampire and something else.
Vampire and probably something that had to do with war or something like that. Because Jules didn't want to play something with superheroes, even though technically we're playing like a superhero type game.
Yeah, but vampires are different.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that makes much more sense. Thank you for clarifying.
Oh, that's right, Palladium. And most people were kind
Palladium.
we were kind of like, on Palladium. So,
I mean, I still like Rifts. I think Rifts Frontier is a pretty good, fun idea.
Frontier? Oh, you mean New West?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that, and I was trying to sell that to you guys. Like I was like, you guys could be on either in the New West, and you have guns, and you'd be like outlaws, and you could have like motorcycles, or you can have like electronic horses. And I remember Sarah's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And then,
Yeah.
and Corey's like, "Yeah, that's cool." And he's like, "Oh, Palladium? No, I don't want to play."
But yeah, there's much more you can do besides for being outlaws. You could also work as a scouts, frontiersmen, scouting out places. You could be act as mercenaries because there's plenty of monsters and demons and stuff like that out there in the West.
I was trying to get at the point of like it was a Wild West with like steampunk stuff and mechanics and stuff, and it was
like
selling
cyberpunk Old West.
Yeah, and it was selling really well until they're like, "Oh, we got to use the same rule again." No, I'm out.
As soon as he heard about the rules, I'm out.
Yeah, you can create characters with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT has a habit of fucking things up, big time.
It doesn't understand the mind of a role player.
I've given it like the book itself, and I'm just like, okay, based on this chapter, I need to write, design up a character, and it's like, okay, and it's just like, here's your strength, intelligence. I'm like, where the fuck is that in the book?
Maybe it's more used to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, you wanna make up a D&D 5e character, a monster? It's beautiful and perfect with those things.
Confirmed. ChatGPT is a Matt Mercer fan.
Yeah, probably.
That's not how Matt Mercer would do it.
I tried doing a couple things when we were playing Mini 6, and it would kind of spit things out that were right. And I'm like, that's not what the book says. And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me check again. And it would give me something completely different. I'm like, what? Are you even looking at the source material? I said to it. I am. Why are you getting so frustrated with me? Because you're fucking it up. That's why.
What if there was? Is there like a RPG AI?
There might be.
I wonder if there's a character creation AI. Hold on. Let's do the Googles.
I mean, you probably have to tailor it to the system.
Creation.
Google has one called Notebook LM, where you just basically upload the source material, and it only uses just the source material, but then it still made shit up. I was just like, you suck. So it's going to be a little while before we get a perfect AI.
Right. Well, another 10 more years, which that will be fun. I can't see anything going wrong with the next 10 years or so. Deep AI.
Tell me more about this deep AI, sir.
Don't worry, just feel a little pressure.
Why does this smell like a corpse?
Don't worry about it. It's just a little scabby. Create character or images from text prompt. Okay.
Yeah, so the hardcover book is still $50 if I want black and white. If I want hardcover color for Vampire the Masquerade 20 that Rob has, it's almost $70. Fuck that. Deep ass insertion. That's part of our DAI, initiative. I could take the PDF Rob gave me and put it up in Lulu and pay half the price of that.
Probably. But it's not how much you're really willing to sell, it's how much is someone willing to sell it for. Yeah, you'd be willing to sell it for, but doesn't mean someone else isn't willing to pay more. If you can get the person that was willing to pay more, then there you go.
I'm good with the books I have. I'll just use like the revised edition I have. Hey, Mr. Volts.
Hey, Volts.
Mr. Volts is here. Mr. Volts.
I still want to play my original vampire character. Oh, that would be so funny.
Yeah, that's what we're playing V20. It looks pretty much like the revised edition of Vampire. I'm guessing they just kind of cleaned it up even further. I don't know. Not super late this time. So did you finally just get the notification now? I'm curious how the notification goes out.
I bet you are.
Fucking Jeff.
You doing what?
Fucking Jeff.
Oh, don't worry, just a little pinch.
You're just gonna feel a little pressure, Jeff. Don't worry. He was driving. Oh, okay. Well, be safe.
Absolutely. Oh, he was driving. Does that mean he's no longer driving?
Compile stuff from. Yeah, I noticed it has a lot of the clan stuff, a lot of the clan books in there as well. I was like, wow, it's like 500 something pages and 529. So they really packed everything into there. So yeah. You still looking up AI stuff?
No, I was looking through our our stuff, our other stuff. Let's see, how's your exercise coming along, Mr. Volts? Because I think Mr. Volts was the person who said they were walking,
Riding a bike, I think is what he was saying.
riding a bike.
Yeah.
All right. So, question.
Okay.
Ghost
Answer.
Rider, the character from Marvel, right?
Oh, okay.
The newest iteration is Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Rider. He's in a car.
Ghost Rider. Okay, they say Ghost Rider. I'm like, who the fuck is Ghost Rider?
He's a ghost and he writes books.
My superpower is I write books for other people.
Only for the dead people.
Yeah.
So would that make him Ghost Driver?
Robbie Reyes because he drives a muscle car. No, he's still Ghost Rider.
But he's not riding it; he's driving it.
You could ride a car. I mean,
go on, tell me more about riding a car.
I mean, you get that tailpipe and some Vaseline. And,
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, shine my tailpipe. Yes, sir, Optimus. Going well when I have the time. Thanks. Good.
Awesome. Congratulations, bud. Keep it up. Keep that going. The more you work at it, the better it makes you feel.
Yeah, Ghost Rider driving kit, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with and Robbie Reyes is not new, so I don't know why you're saying new. I mean,
well, newish comparison to Johnny Blaze.
They used that version of the Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when the TV show was on the air.
Yep, he's been the new face for Ghost Rider because was it Frank Castle which became a cosmic Ghost Rider?
Yeah,
but he still rode a motorcycle. It was a cosmic motorcycle, but it's still a motorcycle.
And he had baby Thanos on the back with him. I thought that was
that's it.
I don't know what's worse, that or when it was Frankencastle. So,
I'm Frankencastle. Smells like the grave.
Frankencastle. It's so bad that even the guy at the comic book store is like, I don't remember that. You have to look it up. Danny Ketch.
That's a Ghost Rider.
He sits on the gear shift. I need to go into fifth gear. Oh. Only acceptable Ghost Riders are Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch. Yeah.
Though I like Johnny Blaze a little bit better than Danny Ketch.
Did you like Nicolas Cage, Johnny Blaze? Or?
Yeah, I think he did a really good job playing Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Ghost Rider.
Trying to ride. You're gonna feel a small pressure.
Let's go seek out that treasure.
I'm already forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Danny Ketch didn't do too bad. I mean, but
Danny Ketch? Is he still around, or did they finally get rid of him?
No, he's still around, but he's just not as popular as the other ones.
Danny Ketch. Let's see, when's the last time he actually had? Is he? They have Robbie Reyes in the comics right now, right?
Yeah.
Looks like 1998 maybe was the last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it's Rob answering Rob. I
Yeah,
gotta
the
eat my
script.
jelly beans.
A lot of the scripts were garbage. Sometimes I don't understand what they do with these scripts when they make these characters. It's like, ugh.
It isn't garbage. It was acceptable back in the '90s when a lot of movie scripts were pretty basic. There wasn't too much background when it came to it. It was just like you're playing a guy. He knows he has the devil with him, but he doesn't want to admit it until it comes into a desperation. Thanks, Wizbot.
You're welcome, Jeff. No, sorry. So 80, 90 movie for super, like you're saying, didn't have a lot of this or that. What did you think about the Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren?
I never saw it. I want to see it. I just never have seen it. I've seen the one.
Where the fuck were you in the 90s?
It's like I never saw
The Crow?
I never saw the Crow, of course. Never saw. Oh,
He was very good in 8mm, yes. You never saw what else, Jeff?
I have to remember.
Next thing you're going to tell me you never watched any of the X-Men movies.
Oh, I've watched all the X-Men movies.
Oh, that you saw.
I even seen the '80s Captain America, which wasn't that great. I barely saw the '80s Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that was awful.
Nicholas, I never saw Nick Fury with David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I liked the original Punisher movie. I liked Thomas Jane as the Punisher in the Punisher movie. I just didn't like the whole concept and script that they had. I think Thomas Jane actually fit the Punisher pretty well. Though Punisher Warzone, what was his name? Ray. I can't think of the actor's name. That was
I know what you're talking about.
Ray Stevenson, who actually I think passed away recently.
Yeah, I think he's passed. I think he did an excellent job too.
He did a great job of doing Punisher Max. He fit Punisher Max really well.
Mm-hmm. The slick back black hair was really good.
Ghost Rider parts of Nick Cage's Ghost Rider was actually really good. The Johnny Blaze Elvis stuff was horrible, though. That's because I think they added that shit in mostly because of Nick Cage, because he was a huge Elvis fan.
Huge Elvis fan.
Yeah. So yeah,
the first Logan movie. Yeah, I didn't like fucking Baraka Deadpool at the very end.
Baraka Deadpool. Yeah,
I hated that shit.
Yeah,
I got laser eyes now. They finally shut you up.
Hi, I'm Nice Pool.
Oh, I thought Nice Pool was funny. I mean, he's annoying as a character, but it really fit that he was annoying the shit out of Wade Wilson. It's like finally someone's annoying Wade to the point he wants him dead. What else is there? I saw the '90s Fantastic Four, or was it 2000s Fantastic Four?
That was 2000, 2002, around there, both of them.
Yeah,
I liked it.
The rest of the movie was great.
The Silver Surfer one sucked.
No, we were talking about the first Logan, the only Logan movie.
Oh, when he was older.
Yeah,
old man. It was actually Old Man Logan, actually. The one where they killed off Professor X and then brought him back to life.
I mean, they for the Old Man Logan, they did a really good job because it really went with the comics.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just a really awkward movie when it came between Hugh Jackman and what's his name, Jean-Luc Picard.
Patrick Stewart. Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart. It was just a really awkward conversations.
You're sick of the fourth wall breaking characters. It was cute when She-Hulk did it. Didn't Deadpool do it before She-Hulk, or was She-Hulk did it first?
She-Hulk was the first.
Was she?
Deadpool
Okay.
went after. Because she would often talk to the writers. I remember specifically there was a shower scene where she was talking to the writers, like, you don't have to put me in the nudity in here in the shower. There's no reason for me to be naked. And the writer's like, you're not naked. You're in the bikini in the shower that you took away the steam.
Oh, the writer was talking back to her? Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? I think a bunch of other people did that too.
A few others. I think.
Well, yeah, Deadpool started originally as a parody to Deathstroke, so.
Mm-hmm. Even the names.
Yeah.
Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do?
I think Spider-Man has broken the fourth wall a few times.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spider-Man talks to the camera quite a bit, or the fourth wall, the writers, whatever, the reader.
Mm-hmm. But no, She-Hulk did it first, but it wasn't as good as Deadpool, in my opinion.
Ambush Bug did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Ambush Bug, wasn't he that annoying fucking character in Young Justice? Or was that someone else I was thinking of? I think Ambush Bug was in Young Justice. I found him annoying on that cartoon.
Yeah, he was apparently a DC character.
Limp Stroke.
It's Deathstroke. What?
Hi, I'm Limp Stroke.
I stroked my limp. Like my third leg.
I have a deformity.
It smelled like the grave.
Oh, wow. Whoa. No. I've yet to see a really good Spider-Man movie. Come on.
All right, so I know you can't answer this right away, but what do you think a good Spider-Man movie would be? Because I thought Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, was pretty good.
I like the original ones, the Tobey movies, so I thought those were great.
I thought the first one was kind of awkward. I know they actually made a full-fledged mask that was able to move its mouth and everything for William Dafoe, but one, he didn't want it, and two, it looked kind of awkward.
Mm. So you liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man?
That's such a meatly Peter Parker. I mean, I didn't think that. I didn't think Tom Holland did a bad job.
No, Tom Holland does a pretty good job with Spider-Man. I like him too.
I thought Tobey Maguire might have been a little bit too old for the role.
Well, he was. Well, he was fresh off that TV show, Point Pleasant, whatever it was called, Pilot Point, whatever the hell it was called.
I don't know, but if he was supposed to be playing a 14-year-old. He looked like he looked like he was shaving every day. Yeah, I'm 14.
So you liked Andrew Garfield, is what you're saying? So the Amazing Spider-Man.
I thought Andrew Garfield did a pretty good job too. I thought Andrew Garfield played a better Peter Parker than Tobey Maguire, for the simple fact that, in my understanding, he seemed a little bit more uncoordinated as Peter Parker than he did as Spider-Man. As Spider-Man, he felt super confident, but as Peter Parker, he was like,
Pleasantville. Thank you, Rob. I couldn't think of the TV show he was just off of. Pleasantville. That's what it was.
I thought 3 had a lot of lacking. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 3 had a lot of lacking when it came to the character development. I mean, what was his name from the 70s show? They got him in there as Eddie Brock. I'm like,
oh yeah, he wasn't a very good Eddie Brock.
He's a good actor, don't get me wrong, but don't have him as like Eddie Brock. It's like when they got what's his name for Lex Luthor that everyone hated. Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, he
Which
was the
again,
best.
in fact, I think Jesse Eisenberg is an excellent actor. I just don't think he would. I don't think he fit the Lex Luthor character.
No, not even close. And that was poor casting.
Yeah,
I just never understood why they picked him.
I think he went as far as he could with the character, but he's just not the right fit for it. He did what he could with the tools he was given.
No, again, I don't blame the actor. I
Yeah.
blame the actual casting of it. They should have never picked him. He doesn't fit the role. Honestly, until
Yeah, Topher
Topher.
Grace.
Hi, I'm Topher. Until I see the new Superman movie, I'm still iffy about the dude that's playing Lex Luthor in that movie too. So,
Yeah.
though I will say that he said when he approached the role, he studied Gene Hackman's Lex role and got some notes from the directors and everything about that because he wanted to base it off of that character portrayal. So I thought, all right, that's going to give him a good shot because that was a great one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Rosenbaum, I believe his name is Rosenbaum or whatever. That was Luther in Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent. The dude from 2.5 Men who has played Lex on Supergirl.
Topher Grace might have made an excellent Peter Parker. I agree. He might have, but we'll never know.
So the dude that was in from 2.5 Men that played it on Supergirl didn't play the role well at all either. He did what he could, but
he doesn't play menacing roles too well. I'll try to figure out his name real quick.
Pressure. Little. I don't know. I liked Hackman as Lex. I thought he was a great Lex Luthor.
Same as John Cryer.
Yeah, I don't think John Cryer was a great Lex. He just doesn't fit that menacing role for Lex.
No.
Donald Pleasence. I have to think about that one. I mean, he was a great Bond villain, but I don't think he would. No, I don't think he would have fit the role of Lex. What do you think, Donald Pleasence?
Figure out who he is.
The guy from Halloween, the doctor from Halloween, Loomis from Halloween. Think that. I shot him 6 times. No, you shot him 7 times, actually. But
would he make a good Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. How would you, not asking for an actor, how would you see Lex Luthor portrayed?
He's got to be has to have a very strong presence in the movie. Like his character, like Hackman did a great job, and Michael Rosenbaum did an excellent job of portraying how evil and sinister Lex really was when it came down to it. And I honestly think that the guy in Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum, did a much better job. But again, he had a longer span to play the character and develop it. So,
I mean, obviously he's a bad guy, and he's evil, of course, so because he's a bad guy,
of course.
But I agree with you. A large presence without being annoying.
Yeah, like Jesse Eisenberg.
Clark Kent meets Bruce Wayne. Fuck, what does that matter?
Yeah.
Sinister yet charming. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Kevin Spacey played the role too. I forgot about that.
If there's someone who could add oddly psychopathic, it's Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, which had actually turned out to be worse villain than the character he was playing. Yeah,
right.
yeah. I don't see. That's how memorable his role, his acting was for that. I completely forgot he was in the Brandon Routh movie Superman Returns. Was it Superman Returns or
something
like that? Yeah,
Superman Returns.
So I'd like to begin. Where have you been for the past 10 years? You know, flying around.
Seeing boys. I mean, flying around.
I just disappeared for a while. I had to fly to clear my head for 10 years. Well, you know, sometimes you got to go for a long ride.
Would you go see a certain island? Stay there for 10 years. I'm totally married. I totally have a wife. Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about Superman, not Lex Luthor. Yeah. First thing, island's name was Jeffrey something. Oh, Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown has the best voice, man. I love his voice. Did he play Lex? I didn't know he played Lex in the Timverse. Yeah, I didn't know that.
He played it. He was the voice for the cartoon.
I thought there was someone else that was the voice for the cartoon.
Probably.
I don't know. There's so many people that played the characters. I lose track of them half the time. He flew the Krypton space. Oh, okay.
I think he played him for Unlimited, Justice League Unlimited.
That was a great cartoon. Medic. Oh, Medic. He is the best. Whenever he shows up on a show, I know it's like got some quality to the show. So I just love when he shows up.
He's in the Penguin.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Who does he play? Mobster?
Mark Cohen. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I gotta watch that. As soon as Jeff watches The Crow, I'll watch the Penguin.
Well, I am watching a bird themed show called the Penguin.
You need to watch The Crow.
Which is funny for being the Penguins. There's not a lot of things that are bird related with him in that show. No, I won't. At this point in time, I won't watch it.
And just to recap an old thing from the past.
Do you just have a board full of these?
Yes, I do, actually. Yeah, I do. I have like a whole list of all the different things. Here's the
Dr.
Rather.
Wu was not evil.
Dr. Wu was an evil asshole. Shut up.
He was not evil. He was just a profiteer.
I'm pretty sure he was Lex in those cartoons, Superman, the animated series, Justice League. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that deep voiced.
Yeah, I want to say you're right there. So I don't know.
What are you talking about? Clancy Brown?
Yeah, you're right.
Just have to listen to him for like a half a second. You hear him.
Yeah. No, I just like him as an actor. That's all.
He's a good actor. I loved him in Starship Troopers too.
Oh yeah, I loved him in that role. Medic. Yeah. He was in a show I watched recently where he was the like the lieutenant. It was like a police show. I can't think of what the show was, but he was like the lieutenant. Oh shit, I can't remember the show. But I was like, oh, awesome. He's in this all the time. I'll watch this. Oh, that's right. It was in Sleepy Hollow, the TV show.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he was the captain.
The Krogan, yeah. Annihilator.
He was the captain of the police department that got killed by the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, I thought the Krogan was done pretty well by Clancy.
Better to burn out right away.
I was just trying to think of something. I just thought about it and I just forgot about it. Damn it.
Was it a little bit of pressure?
Oh, you were talking about police stuff. Did you hear that they're coming out with another Police Squad?
The TV show Police Squad?
Well, it's going to be a movie, but it's
with
Liam.
Yeah, with Liam Neeson. Yeah. Yep.
I don't like the fact that he killed somebody.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, the character Frank Drebin killed somebody.
Oh. Is he Frank Drebin or is he the son of Frank Drebin?
He says he's Frank Drebin. Police Squad.
I think he's the son of. I think in one of the trailers he says Pop when he looks at when he's talking about him. Yeah, Liam plays Frank's son.
Okay.
Or Flank's son.
Yeah, Flank son.
Flank. I like Flank.
You know what? Maybe that will be my trigger if when some people confuse R's with L's.
Oh, God.
What'd you say?
Like the original thing. I go into a Chinese restaurant and get triggered. It's just like wrong Asian, dude.
He just gets confused.
Yeah, wrong type of people, sir. Nice.
Do I hear sounds of a Chinese violin going on in the background? What's going on? You ever heard of a Chinese violin?
No, I'm just you don't need to have a Chinese violin. You're fine. Good job.
No, that's what it could be. His trigger is going to be when people confuse R's and L's together.
Don't tell Rob that because he'll fucking torture the shit out of you with that, dude.
Oh, Flank. What about it, Rob? Do you think you'll do that? Do you think you'll do the accent just to trigger my character? There you go. What's the matter, buddy?
I don't condone the words of Jeff on this, so I don't get in trouble.
Thanks, Wizbot.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
What? When are we gonna bring back DC superheroes? I'll figure out something. You have to do a thick Asian accent for him to be triggered.
Well, add your PTSD to your character, do your extra points, and send him your character so we can get that shit done.
We still got a week, dude.
I want to play today. I want to play tomorrow.
We won't play tomorrow, dude.
Fuck it. Let's cancel Basic Fantasy and play Vampire.
You're like, I want to play with the Sombra. I want to play with the lasagna.
It's not a lasagna, a Lasombra.
Well, he is a part of the mafia. It might be lasagna.
Could be. I mean, he's going to eat lasagna, so.
Fun fact, that the tomato, when it was brought to Italy, was considered a deadly fruit.
Okay, I did not know that.
It was outlawed for a while.
Oh, we don't want no tomato.
Well, what they would do is the nobles would eat the tomatoes and then die from them.
Why would they die from them? Were they poisoned?
No, because they ate them on pewter plates.
Oh.
And so the acid from the tomato would mix in with the lead, give them lead poisoning, and they would die.
No, I'm laughing at this particular comment.
Oh my God, it's sushi. Sushi's not even Vietnamese. It's sushi.
It's like, what's the matter with you? I'm having a flashback of what? You were in Vietnam.
He starts just going with anything that reminds me of it. Burritos. The burritos. We had burritos one night. In Vietnam.
There was one time in Vietnam where I went to this burrito stand and they just fade away because you're just remembering it.
Pizza. Don't remind me of pizza. He gives me flashbacks.
Pizza. You got one messed up character, son.
It just starts fading into everything.
7-Eleven dumpster.
Someone's a little upset about the 7-Eleven dumpster sushi.
So we can't boop and we can't do 7-Eleven dumpster sushi now. Darn.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Oh, I would love to play that my first character. Vampire. What? The Kip Dynamite character. So I'm gonna suck your blood. I gotta lick your wound now. They're all better. Thank you for the blood.
That's what he originally wanted to play. So he wanted to be the shy type character that's a badass.
Yeah. Kick your ass and you wouldn't like me if I was angry.
The flashback was due to food poisoning, not combat. Yeah,
I had diarrhea.
I think Rob's gonna have too much fun now.
It was down the Brown River.
Down the Brown River. Oh boy.
Yeah, and Rob wants to have no limits with his role playing. So, be like,
Sling Blade. Mm-hmm.
I like them French fry blood packets.
Mm. Now squeal like a pig, boy. Mm.
It reminds me of Vietnam. You okay, buddy?
God.
Back in Nam, they used to
I'm gonna
squeal
have-
like pigs.
I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer in the beginning of this fucking podcast. This podcast has mature themes, and please disregard anything that Jeff says.
And everyone's be like, isn't that every podcast with Jeff?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, so he has to go from someone who acts like Kip Dynamite to Vietnam vet who apparently
PTSD.
has PTSD with every Asian food.
There's a giant scar across his face.
It's not giant, but yeah, it's a scar.
Oh no, it's a big scar. It has to be a big scar for the actual perk. It can't be a little scar, dude.
I know you can't just hide it. This scar you
It's
can't hide
across his face.
Yeah.
So
Well,
people
it's
go,
vertical.
ugh.
It's vertical.
Oh, you want vertical? I would have picked at least diagonal, so it kind of looks cool. Like, yeah, I was in a war. I'm cool.
Don't show me food, I'll get PTSD. What about the most American food? Hot dogs. We had hot dogs one day in Vietnam.
And then I started puking.
Well, hot dogs are not American. They're German, right?
Frankfurters, yeah.
Apple pie is from Britain. What's an American food?
A hamburger?
Tacos.
Tacos, yeah. A hamburger is the most American thing you can eat.
No, that was made in Hamburg, Germany. That's where it was invented.
Yeah,
Hamburg,
but it's the most
Germany.
American thing you can eat is a hamburger. So
Yeah, when you think of America, yeah, you think of hamburgers. Pepsi Cola, cocaine, cornflakes. Cornflakes are American.
Are they? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. Coca-Cola.
Let's put some Coke in your drink.
Cigarettes. That's a good American meal.
Cigarettes is not a meal.
What do you have for breakfast? Cigarettes and coffee.
The breakfast of a crackhead. Cigarettes and coffee.
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah.
Sir, would you not smoke? That's dangerous. I'm gonna smoke my vape pen.
Yeah, sir, your smoke is getting in the way of my vape smell. Stop it.
That's not for all vape. I mean, some of them are pretty cool, but there's the pretentious ones that are out there. Like, sir, stop smoking. I can't smell my vape pen.
Yeah, that is kind of douchey.
The owner of the store's like, both of you get out.
I love the people at work that do those things. Like if you go to like an office building, the people that vape, they try to like blow it into their jacket and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't smoke inside an office building, but you see people fucking with a vape pen and go like try to hide that shit.
Yeah, we had one guy when we were back in the office that used to like blow it into his jacket. He blow it into the desk drawer.
Does anyone smell that tropical fruit around here?
Yeah, it's just like
it's passion fruit. Terry.
The blowing into the jacket was the best. He'd just be like,
I'm not smoking.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not me. Yeah, it's all about cocaine in the 80s. So that's perfect. Everybody did cocaine in the 80s. Could I have some coke?
I mean, there's a few events that happened in the 80s. Reagan just got into office. He just freed those prisoners from Iran. Well, they gave it up willingly.
I don't think Rob is going to follow real world politics when it comes to that stuff.
Well, another big thing that happened, and this could be supernatural. Mount St. Helens blew up in the 1880s when they had that big disaster over there.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to be focusing on world events, though. I think we're probably going to be focusing a little bit on Newcastle events.
Nah, it could be world events. I mean, what else happened?
Where we're going to get the paper one day. It's going to say the Russians boycott the Olympics.
Yes. No, it was America that boycotted the Olympics.
No, it was Russia.
No, it was America because it was being held in Moscow. And Jimmy Carter didn't want us to go into Russia to compete in the Olympics.
I thought it was Russia that boycotted.
Yeah, the U.S. boycott of 1980s Olympics. I knew what I was talking about. I wasn't born in. Ooh, how about this one?
Yeah, 84 they boycotted the Olympics due to the boycott of 1980.
Here's one. John Lennon died that year. That could be vampire related.
Current events for context, but not for story. Reagan gets shot. I want to go visit him in the hospital.
He didn't get shot till 83 or something like that.
No, he said he's going to bring it up for context and not story, but we're going to make it story. Can I go visit the hospital? No. Why not?
The personal computer and MTV were invented in 1980. Also, and a fun fact for this one, Hot Pockets were invented in 1980. So we can start with Hot Pockets. I'm a vampire.
No, we're not going to do that.
Oh, come on.
We're not going to walk around asking people if they want Hot Pockets.
It was just a minute. You want the Hot Pockets? You know, another character. I thought of a few character concepts because I couldn't have my original one. You were 4 years old. I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't even a twinkle in my daddy's eye. I thought of a good concept for a Malkavian.
Okay.
I wanted him to be a radio show conspiracy theorist. How Malkavian would that be?
I don't know if that's crazy enough for a Malkavian.
But some of his facts are true. They're putting fluoride in the water. The government is controlling lizards.
His name is Alex Jones now too.
No, Alex Jones was born, but he wasn't on the radio. It'd be more like akin to Rush Limbaugh.
No,
CNN just came out in 1980.
No, what was that guy? That guy with the big mouth. I can't think of his name.
All of them.
Morton Downey Jr. That was not related to Robert Downey Jr.
All right.
You remember the Morton Downey Jr. show, or maybe you were too young for that?
No, I've not. I was too young for that.
Yeah, it was an American talk show from 1987 to 1989.
His catchphrase was "Zip it."
Yep.
Pullum puking liberal.
He was basically a rocket. It's a shock jock. He was basically like a Howard Stern for talk shows. Morty the Mouth. Yeah, Morty the Mouth. Mm-hmm.
Came out in 1987 to 1989.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be on the radio then.
He was.
But yeah, have a Malkavian just start shouting out random conspiracy facts. I heard that there's going to be a huge explosion at Mount St. Helens.
That's why a lot of people only remember this whole thing with him with Roddy Piper.
Oh, where he slapped him?
Nice big face off.
I know. Who did he slap? Roddy Piper Jr. He slapped somebody.
Donnie and Marie. Oh my God, the Richard Bay Show. I forgot about that. Richard Bay was like Howard Stern on TV. He started with 9 Broadcast Plaza in New York or New Jersey, and then he became the Richard Bay Show.
I'm trying to remember who the hell he slapped.
Your mom.
Probably. Jimmy Snuka's head? No. Bill Meyer. He slapped Bill Meyer. That's right.
Bill Meyer? Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Bill Meyer's a big skeptic when it comes to everything. So yeah, Roddy, he was basically telling him that we all in on the joke about how wrestling is fake and whatnot. He's like, well, it's scripted, yeah, but we're athletes. We do a lot of work. We do performance work, and we do get hurt a lot. And he was showing Bill Myers his scar he got from one of his shows. And he fucking went up there and slapped Bill Myers. Like, does that feel fake to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Myers been a skeptic about a lot of things. He was a skeptic about the internet too. Yeah, it was going to be just a fad.
Yeah. Didn't Al Gore convince him it was going to be something big?
I mean,
I invented the internet.
Convinced it was made out of tubes.
I'll put that in a lockbox for later on. That was such a dumb phrase. Put that in the lockbox. We'll come back to that. Oh, okay.
What?
That.
Okay.
All right. Oh, it's time to wrap up for the evening. Thank you for those that stopped by. We appreciate you laughing with us or laughing at us, whatever one you want to call it.
Or both.
Or both, whichever. And we'll see you members on Friday for the members stream. Hopefully people will be there for that because we had a great time last week going back and forth with that one. That was actually kind of fun. And it is unfiltered. Jeff can attest to that.
He's going to feel a slight pressure.
John Stossel got pimp slapped by David Schultz. I did not know that. But we'll see you next week, folks. Thank you for stopping by. Good night.